Today we are diving into one hot topic that has been trending online. Umeh, sister to dancer and influencer Korra Obidi, made a simple point. Let's hear her.
Listen carefully. I need you to ensure that your wife is not stagnant. No matter what you do in this life, make sure your wife is progressing the same way you are progressing. Do you know why that is very important? Self actualization is actually a very strong indicator of how mentally stable your wife will be. And that stability actually is transferred to your children. I'll explain. In my family now, okay, my income as Nancy, a lot of you believe that I'm successful in some way. My income.
Now, apparently, Nancy traveled abroad for business, and someone jumped into her comment section saying her husband is a house help because he helped out with chores and take care of things while she was away. That's right there spark a full-blown gender debate. So today we are asking, when did helping your wife become a taboo? When did teamwork in marriage start being mocked? Grab your drinks, sit tight because this conversation needs some sense, some depth, and maybe, just maybe, a reality check. Nasume, if you know her, you know she's outspoken, smart, and balanced. She's a medical practitioner, a mom. She's very grounded in family values. So during one of her business trip abroad, she made a post and someone commented that her husband must be her houseboy, since he's at home helping with the chores and the kids. That comment says so much, not about nonsense, but about the mentality of some people. It's 2025, yet some people still believe that a man who supported his wife at home has lost his masculinity. It's almost like helping your wife is seen as a weakness. But honestly, how did we even get here? This idea that a man helping his wife equals being a house help is rooted in outdated gender role that says the man provides the woman's house. But life has changed. We live in a world where women work, hustle, and even travel for businesses. Families are partners now, not military hierarchies. And yet, some men think lifting a broom or betting a child is shameful. They see care and cooperation as weakness. That mindset is not strength, it is insecurity. Helping your wife doesn't, reduce you. It doesn't make you less of a man. It's actually, shows maturity, partnership, and emotional intelligence. And let's be real, marriage is not slavery, it is teamwork. We clap hands for men who build empires but forget that building a home requires equal strength. Some of the strongest men are those who create balance, who doesn't see house chores as women's duties but as family responsibility. Nancy's husband responded to those calling him househelp and he wrote, "Earlier this year, my wife and I traveled to China for business through leisure, and I shared my insight with her regarding how things work in the oriental part of the world. Meanwhile, on this social media space, people have called me a houseboy because I held the family home front when my house traveled for business in the UK and the US for Meta Connect. But let me be clear, this is not shameful in standing by your family if you truly love the so-called woman and family. Encourage their growth. I am proud of the fact that in my absence of or hers, our home does not collapse. Secondly, I don't have to worry about her asking me for makeup, chewing gum, pad for food money, or every household need because we build a system where both of us can carry the weight. That gives me a lot of peace of mind. Listen up. Since life is not certain, God forbid, if anything happens to me tomorrow, my family will not suffer or wallow in want or despair. My wife will not be confused and start asking my friends to help her to pay our children's school fees. That is leadership. That is foresight. That is love. Furthermore, I'm not threatened by my wife's success. In fact, her upliftment is my joy. If she makes all the money in the world, that is a blessing to our home, not a curse. What matters to me is her growth because when she rises, our children and our future rise too. So before you mock a man for supporting his wife's dream, ask yourself, what kind of woman did you marry? What kind of insecurity is inside of you? Search your conscience. To me, this is not weakness. This is wisdom. This is love. And this is family. I have seen the light. Signed by one of the Finnish Men Association. I absolutely agree with him. Now, the problem is mindset. Many men were raised with the idea that domestic work equals femininity, that helping your wife means she's controlling you. But in reality, when couples share responsibility, stress reduces, respect grows, and love deepens. A man cooking doesn't lose power, he gains peace. A woman, resting doesn't lose respect, she gains strength. Marriage is not competition, it is cooperation. And funny enough, the same people who mock, helpful husbands. We praise celebrities who say my wife is my peace. But now, how do you want peace when you bring cars? Now, let's talk about how social media fuels this nonsense. Because when a woman is seen cooking or doing laundry, people comment she's a good wife. But when a man is seen doing the same thing, people go, she's controlling him. Why? Because we glorify male pride over partnership. Nancy Umeh husband wasn't doing anything wrong. He was supporting his partner. And that's something we should normalize, not shame. And the funniest part is that people laughing online doesn't even know what healthy marriage looks like. They think teamwork and think is servitude. Let's get it practical here. Modern marriages need modern understanding. The world has changed. Both partners work, both have dreams, and both need rest. If you want your marriage to survive in this generation, you need flexibility. Sometimes the men will lead, sometimes the women will lead. Sometimes both of them just help each other survive the week. That's love, that's maturity. Nancy's story reminds us that the partnership is not weakness, it is wisdom. At the end of the day, the conversation is bigger than Nancy. It's about evolving past old mindset. We need to teach our sons that cooking doesn't make them soft. We need to teach our daughters that asking for help isn't shameful. And we need to build families where love and respect, go both ways. Because when you see marriage as a competition, both partners lose. But when you see it as collaboration, everyone wins, including the kids who grow up watching you. So back to Nancy Umeh, her husband is not a house help, he's a partner. He's a man who understands that supporting his wife is strength, not weakness. And to all men who help, who cook, who clean, who love deeply and practically, you are not less, you are more. And to the women who have found such men, cherish them. The world needs more balanced homes, not more broken egos. If you enjoyed this conversation, drop your thought in the comments. Should men help their wife more at home, or should gender roles stay traditional? Let's talk about it. Meanwhile, let's take some comment on this post. This person said, this post should go viral. Nancy, remain blessed. This person said, God bless you for your support, ma'am. Thank you. This person said, this is the best post I've seen on the internet today. Thank you, Nancy, for this. And God bless our amazing husband who want to see us succeed, who give us time and peace of mind to soar, who root for us in all seasons. God bless the men who encourage us to be human first and want to see us shine. This person said, this need to be said in the church as well. This person said, houseboy husband, gather here. Guys, let's do better for our women. This person said, thank you for making this video. You offer some much need perspective that even man need to take very seriously. This person said, as a digital marketing professional, I got a Backup Pro on my last birthday. She knew I was planning to buy it for my business, and boom, I got it as a surprise birthday gift. This is what marriage is about. Pouring into each other and showing each other support every step of the way. If you like, don't support your wife. Her silent frustration will affect your home and you personally. Please patronize my wife so I can get my next birthday gift. How high do you want to fly, baby girl? Okay, my people, this is the much we take on this. There is part 2 of this video. It's something you really need to watch. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And as we come to the end of this video, kindly subscribe to my channel, like, share, and leave your comment in the comment section. I will see you in my next video. But before then, don't forget to stay safe, remain kind, and mind your mental health. And try as much you can to assist your partner in any way you can. Bye and remain blessed.